saying? How we doing out there? How's it doing? I hope everybody has a blessed day. Hope everybody is safe. Hope everybody continue to go after their dreams and, manifest it. Whatever it is that you want to do, manifest it. You have to think existence and behind whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Um, and I think that uh, you can achieve it. You can attain it. You can attain it. You can attain it. I'm telling you. God gave us all special gifts, special talents, everything. So just go out there and make it happen. Don't let nobody, stop you. Don't let nobody deter you. Don't let nobody prevent you from your ultimate destiny. Keep your eyes on the prize, man. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It's Friday. It's Friday. What's happening, man? Cam, salute my guy. What's good with ya? Hey y'all, I wanna since I'm a real hooper and a real basketball savant, I just don't pay attention to one team across the NBA. Like it's certain things and certain teams and certain players that really grab my attention. And one of those teams is the Indiana Pacers out of the Eastern Conference. The Indiana Pacers, I'm telling y'all, they're loaded with a bunch of talent and they have an experienced coach who have won a championship before in Dallas, Rick Carlisle, and he's back in Indiana for his second stint. Remember, he had coached them previously, um, you know what I'm saying, years and years and years ago, but now he's back where it all started for him. You see what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, bro, Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton, you know what I'm saying, all-star this year, and the NBA All-Star game is in Indiana here. The last time they had the All-Star game in Indiana, I do believe 1985, I think. That's a long time. So we talking about what? Damn near 30 years, bro? Not even 30, damn near 40. That's 28 years. That's 38 years. Like, you feel me? And then you already know Miles Turner then sold out to the game, looking like, you know what I'm talking about? From the In Living Color, Man on Film, you seen it. So think about it. They went from shopping Miles Turner and Buddy Hield to they putting something together pretty decent over there, but they can still shop those two players because especially Buddy Hield, because you still got a Ben Mathurin, so they have a lot of interchangeable pieces over there too. And I think Indiana gonna be real special. I think Indiana probably gonna be a playoff team, bro. Because I don't know what you're gonna get from. Um, I just don't know what you're gonna get from the Toronto Raptors. Like I don't know if the Toronto Raptors, they lost Nick Nurse, they hired a new coach, they're going through a lot of change. Pascal Siakam and OG Anunoby have been in trade talks in the last couple of years. We don't know, Masai Ujiri, what his plans and what he want to do. So I think they're in a rebuilding, process. So then you have to look at the rest of the teams in the East. What does Miami do? If Miami is not able to pull off a Dame Lillard situation, what do they do? What do you think happens? Like, you feel what I'm saying? So we have to put all this stuff in perspective. But the Indiana Pacers, you still got your Brooklyn Nets. I think the Brooklyn Nets would be better. I think they're going to be there. Um, I think Washington is going to be somewhere in the mix. In my opinion, I just think that they're going to be better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kyle Kuzma has been there with the organization for a couple of years now. And, they just traded for Jordan Poole. So I think that they're going to be better. So, but it's going to be tough, though. Atlanta should. They traded John Collins, finally came up off of John Collins. He went to Utah. So I think that Atlanta probably is going to try to make a push. They got added some veterans over there. But other than that, bro, who else was in that bottom last year in the play-in? Who else was in that bottom? Chicago Bulls? I don't know, bro. I just don't know. Like, I don't know what DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. I don't know what their intentions are. Are they gonna actually buckle down and try to play defense and lead that team the way they're supposed to lead that team? It's because they didn't play any D. When your best players don't really play no defense, you know what I'm saying? Then it's hard for your team to really win. Except for the Denver Nuggets, because we know Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic, and Jamal Murray really don't play defense either, but they happen to win. So it was just one of them seasons where, they had to give Nikola Jokic a chip. But, salute to the Denver Nuggets. But to get back on Indiana, they got a plethora of young talent. They got 4 rookies, draft picks, undrafted players, Oscar Tshiebwe on a 2-way contract, you know what I'm saying? Kendall Brown on a 2-way contract. They got a lot of different players, like, you know what I'm saying? They got a lot of, and then they traded for Obi Toppin, and we seen Obi Toppin and Tyrese Halliburton developing that chemistry. We seen Tyrese Halliburton and, Obi Toppin developing that chemistry in the summer, playing pickup ball, working out. So, and Obi Toppin is a talent that I think the Knicks let get away. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I think that the Knicks could have really, really utilized Obi Toppin a little bit more than what they did. But we gonna see. Like, we're gonna see. Like, it's gonna be really, 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 really interesting. I don't know how the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know how that situation is gonna pan out for the Milwaukee Bucks. They just added Adrian Griffin, everything that he's going through personally. We don't know if they're gonna be able to do what they do. You know what I'm saying, at a high level, even though they still got that big 3, but it's just something going on in Milwaukee to where I think Giannis might need to look at going to the LA Lakers in a couple of years, which I said that years ago, you feel what I'm saying? But what Indiana can possibly do, see, Indiana was a playoff team last year up until the point where they started accumulating all these injuries, and then after that, they said, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying, we just gonna pack it in and just try to develop the young talent. But I think that what the Indiana Pacers was showing us early last season, I think we're going to get more of that on a consistent basis throughout the season. You feel what I'm saying? So for all the Indiana Pacers fans, man, salute to y'all. Y'all got your all-star game. Hopefully y'all can get back to y'all glory days, even though y'all never won anything. But Indiana was always a perennial playoff team. They always made the playoffs. So I think it's going to be huge for that city to bring some excitement back to Indiana. You got the Indianapolis 500 in NASCAR. And then other than that, what? You got your Indianapolis Colts. And we've seen what happened with the Indianapolis Colts. They didn't really have too much success like that last season, with Matt Ryan up under the helm. It looked really, really ugly, like Matty Ice, though. You feel me? Matty Ice looked at like motherfucking Matty Frozen, because that boy couldn't move for shit. But yeah, hopefully the Indiana Pacers could be like, man, check this out. We're going to put Indiana back on the map. You know what I'm saying? And I think they're going to do that, because of the whole Paul George situation. I guess the Paul George breakup kind of left a little bad sour taste in their mouth, and then they lost Bogdanovich. Indiana used to be really, really good, bro. Like, but, just they really couldn't get over a hump. Like, they had to face those Miami Heat teams, those Cleveland Cavaliers teams. And remember when they had Victor Oladipo? Victor Oladipo was, took over for Paul George. Victor Oladipo kind of, resurrected his career, made a name for himself over there in Indiana, because OKC and Orlando Magic kind of, gave up on him. So, the Indiana Pacers, man, salute they here. And the Indiana Pacers they're gonna make some noise. They're gonna make some noise, and I promise you, they're gonna make some noise. When you got good leadership on the bench, and and you got good leadership from a point guard position, I think that you can help turn your franchise around. So, everybody, look out for them Indiana Pacers. You see what I'm saying? I don't know how many All-Stars they get, but I definitely think that Tyrese Halliburton, barring any injuries or setbacks, I think that he is going to be an all-star. Like, let's just honestly say that Tyrese Halliburton is going to be an all-star. Salute to Tyrese Halliburton, man. Drafted by Sacramento. Sacramento kind of gave up on him. I just thought that I didn't understand why Sacramento would draft all these different point guards. Davion Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton. Why? Like, those are starters. Those are really good players, like on other teams, bro. Why would you draft all of those players on one team? So now you got issues. You know what I'm saying? You get you a solid little backup or whatever. But then other than that, Tyrese Halliburton deserved to have time. So it came as a shock to Tyrese Halliburton getting traded. And he was even shocked. Him and Buddy Hield. I thought they was gonna help Sacramento turn it around, but you seen what Sacramento did last year. So Sacramento is probably poised to make another run. And Sacramento has Chris Duarte. People need to understand Chris Duarte from Oregon. Come on, man. Chris Duarte can ball. He can go get buckets. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So salute to that brother. And it's all gravy. And we gonna see what Indiana gonna do. Hey, Heron, you said what? We gonna make louder noise? Yeah. You know what? I don't know how much noise that we're really gonna make, man. When it comes to the Warriors, I don't know, because the Draymond is a dark cloud. Draymond Green is like really a dark cloud over our roster because he has bad rapport and relationships with certain players. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And that's not really a good thing. Chris Paul, we know, the history with Chris Paul and Draymond Green. We know we've heard of things between, Draymond Green and Jonathan Kuminga. It's just, how do we, everything that didn't happen last year and everything that happened this past season, they thought that Jordan Poole was the bad apple or the sour apple of the bunch. But guess what? No. Draymond Green has to come into the season with a different mentality, a different level of focus, a better understanding for how to be a real leader. You can't just be the emotional leader and the guy that likes to talk. It's a certain type of connection. When you're a leader, you have to be able to get the best and pull the best from your teammates. You can't just go out there just yelling and commanding guys. T Sweeze, make sure y'all go follow T Sweeze. He made my guy. You just can't go out there and just talk. Like, it's a bunch of motherfuckers who just like to talk, bro. But what are you doing? Are you leading by example? We know the energy that Draymond is going to bring. But guess what? If you can't help the young guys get it, and you can't connect with the younger talent that's ultimately going to help any team win a championship, then how are you supposed to call yourself a leader? Like, if you're walking around saying, I don't like this guy, I don't like that guy, how are you going to call yourself a leader? If you're out here sniffing up motherfucking LeBron James' asshole every chance you get and more focus on doing podcasts, how are you going to be a leader? And that's the thing that the Warriors missed last year. Nobody came into the season with a high level of focus. It was a lot of envy and jealousy, going on amongst the organization, and it was divided. You know what I'm saying? You had a couple guys clicked up over here, a couple guys clicked up over there, and it's just like they gave them fake praise. Like, you would see them happy for each other when they make moves and shit. But then when reality set in, they got to go to practice and they got to do things, team events and stuff. You can see how everyone was divided. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what really hurt the Warriors. It was the divisiveness. It was the division. And they need to get back to where they're a tight-knit group. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. Like, I just don't know if they're going to be able to do that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So, we'll see what happens, though. But I think that, in the East, that the Indiana Pacers can potentially be a top 5 team. I think some of those teams that was near the top last year, I think they're going to fall off. I don't know how far they're going to fall off, though, but I don't know if Milwaukee is just going to be there. I can't say that Milwaukee's going to be one of those teams, bro. I don't. I don't know if I can say that. Like, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what happens with that, because this is Adrian Griffin's first go-around as a head coach. He's been an assistant coach on a lot of different teams, So we'll see what happens when they give him the keys. I just don't know if they're invested like that. Like, I don't know. They already won a chip. I'm like, okay, Milwaukee won a chip. Yeah. But what's gonna happen, a couple years when Giannis's contract is up, I'm pretty sure that Giannis is gonna try to find his way to LA because LeBron and Anthony Davis' contract is gonna be up, and I think they're gonna try to do the same thing they did with Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's gonna go to the Lakers. But that's yet to be seen. But that's what I think. That's what I think. Pacers got a lot of talent. And I'm gonna make more, videos on every team in the NBA because every team has a fan base. It's not too many, streams out there that really talks about every team. But if you're a real fan of the game, you really can dissect every team, break it down, break their talent down, break their situation down at all angles, and provide more in-depth conversations, more in-depth information, and that's what I plan to do because it's 32, 29, 30 NBA teams. So we got to make sure that we provide and giving that good content abroad. It's just not about a couple of teams, bro. I'm a Warrior fan. I like the Bulls. Laker fan before LeBron. Hopefully one day that'll come back to fruition with me following the Lakers, but I can't support them right now. But I still support Chicago. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, you guys, though. But I just wanted to come on here. The Warriors should have went after the top, and yeah. Well, the Warriors don't really develop young talent. Like the Warriors franchise have been known for a guy starting to really come into his own under the Warriors, and then they trade him. Every time that always happens. We're not gonna get that next guy for the Warriors to take over. We're gonna see after Steph Curry leave, the Warriors are gonna be shit water for hella long. Watch, I'm telling you. That's just the way that works, y'all. That's just the way that works. Let me log into this gate, y'all. You feel me? We got 5 trucks today. Yeah, but that's the way that works. So we're gonna see what happens with that. But yeah, the Warriors aren't really. They're not focused and interested on developing any young talent. The Warriors are all about winning right now. The Warriors are all interested on winning right now. So we're gonna see how all of these things play out. You feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is, and we gotta pay attention to what's really going on out here. You know what I'm saying? Because we always think that we know something when we really don't be knowing. Like, but I be knowing. Like, you feel me? I be knowing. I be knowing. You feel what I'm saying? Stop playing with me, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. You feel me? Check out them shorts that I got, surfacing right now. If they not playing them shorts right now, then you're gonna have to go, just go to my page and click on them shorts, man. I putting out that real stuff, you feel what I'm saying? And that's just how the Warriors been, man. The Warriors ain't never developed. Y'all need to understand that the Warriors never really developed no talent. We don't develop talent, bro. They show their ass, you know what I'm saying? And then they get traded after that. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. But you already know. That's it, and that's all, man. I appreciate everybody for coming to rock with your boy. Love, live life. Smile, cry, laugh, man. It's the real E-Leezy. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Enjoy that fight this weekend. Bud Spence, so let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Peace and blessings to y'all, man. You already know what it is. Like, share, subscribe.